Good morning, MSJ, and welcome back to MSJ TV's brand new homeroom show, Tower Views. I'm your host, Jimmy Zaleski, and today we'll be taking a look down from the tower to see what's going on at the mount. First, let's check in with Mr. McDivitt and see what historical events took place this week in history.
Good morning, and welcome to another installment of This Week in History. I'm Greg McDivitt, and today we take a look back at October 2nd through October 8th. Be the change you want to see in the world. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. So are two quotes attributed to Mahatma Gandhi, the great leader of nonviolent resistance that led the successful campaign for India's independence from British rule. He was born on October 2nd, back in 1869. One morning I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got in my pajamas, I'll never know. So said Groucho Marx, the vaudevillian actor, writer, and singer who was among the pioneers of comedy in the early days of radio, film, and television. He shares an October 2nd birthday with Mahatma Gandhi, though I venture to say they share little else in common. Do you recognize the prayer that begins, "Lord, make me an instrument of your peace"? So begins the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi, the 12th century Italian Catholic friar, founder of the Franciscan order, whose feast day we celebrate on October 4th. Finally, hear me, my chiefs. I am tired. My heart is sick and sad. From where the sun now stands, I will fight no more forever. So said Chief Joseph of the Nez Perce tribe on October 5th, 1877, at the end of a long campaign of resistance to the takeover of the Nez Perce lands in the Pacific Northwest. I believe it stands as a powerful comment on a tragic part of American history, as well as a powerful statement illustrating the bleak tragedy and senselessness of war and violence. Let us today, on this feast day of St. Francis of Assisi, and all week and all times, pray for peace in this world. Tune in next time for another episode of This Week in History, and remember, today is a great day to learn.
Wow, what a history-packed week we have. Thanks, Mr. McDivitt. Now, this next video is important for all freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. You're gonna have to pay attention to Mr. Kraska for a 5-minute talk. Teachers, please make sure you have your volume up so all students can hear Mr. Kraska's message, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Kraska. This year, we are conducting the PSAT through a digital format, which means there's no more paper and pencil for the PSAT day. Everything will be done on a device. Now, the acceptable devices for test administration are your iPad and or your personal computer. However, you are not allowed to use a Chromebook and you are not allowed to use your cell phone. So those are not acceptable devices this year for test administration of the PSAT. It's very important that your devices are charged before you get here to the test on the day. There are not enough plugs in this school, and there is not enough space in a room for everyone to charge their device on the test day. You must have a full charge on your device when you show up on the day. That day is October the 13th. It is not this Friday, it is next Friday. You must show up with a charged device. As a backup, you should also bring your charging cable. You should bring your block and your cord so that if something happens or you run out of battery sooner than expected, you can charge your device in the room. There will not be enough chargers for everyone to borrow one on the day. If you have a portable battery pack, those are allowed as well, and they're actually encouraged. If you have your own battery pack, you can charge your device in the seat that you're taking your test, and it will not disturb your testing or the testing of the other people in the room. These are very important things. On the test day, you will be assigned a room and you will know where to go. But just for your convenience, if you don't know where to go on test day or on the practice day, which is a week from today, there will be a sign posted outside of the studies office on the front windows. All right. So as you go into St. Joseph's Hall, right there on the windows, right before the studies office, there will be a list with all the students and all the room assignments. Like I said, next Wednesday, 1 week from today, we will be doing a digital readiness check, which means that you will go to the room that you will be testing in on PSAT day. You will sit down, you will be logging in, you will be familiarizing yourself with the system. Now that system is called Blue Book. Blue Book is the app that you need to take the PSAT. That application is in your self-service. It has been already pushed to you on your iPad. You need to go into self-service, retrieve the Blue Book app, and then you need to go into your App Store or whatever Google Play counterpart it is, whatever that is, okay? You need to go in there and make sure that that Blue Book app is updated. There was an update sent on September 21st. It will not automatically update. You have to physically make sure you have the app and have it updated, okay? On those days, on the digital readiness day, you'll be given a sheet of paper on how to log into Blue Book. You are free to log into Blue Book once you get the app. You go in, you sign in with a College Board account if you already have one. If you do not, you can create one. Just make sure that you know what that login and that password is, okay? Now, to make sure that you know what that login and password is, you may need to write it down. That will require a pencil and a piece of paper because on test day, you are not allowed to have your cell phone on your person, which means in your pocket. Your cell phone must be powered completely off and put in a bag on the other side of the room, or your teacher may ask to collect your cell phone and keep it at the front of the room. There is no way that you can have a cell phone in your pocket or on your person on that day. That also goes for smartwatches. You are not allowed to wear them during test administration. At any time, if you are seen using a smartwatch, even if you're just checking the time, which you probably aren't, at any time, if you are seen using a smartwatch or using your cell phone, your test will be completely canceled and you will get no scores. Okay? It's very important that you understand those things. Okay? So, bottom line is, next Wednesday is the practice day. Next Friday is the real thing. If you have any questions with that, you can contact me. But a lot of your questions are going to be answered next Wednesday during the digital readiness day. It only takes about an hour, and then you'll be able to make sure that your device and your system is ready for the PSAT day. You should be happy to know that the PSAT is much shorter. It's only about 2 hours, maybe a little bit more, depending on your start time. Okay, it's much shorter, and it should be much easier to do because there's a lot of features built in that makes it easier for the user and the test taker. Okay, as I said, if you have any questions, please come see me. Oh, last point. There is no use of hotspots during the exam. If you currently use a hotspot on your personal device, whether it's on your cell phone, which again is not allowed and must be powered off, or through whatever device you use, you will not be able to use that hotspot on test day. You must use the Wi-Fi. So if you're not connected through the Wi-Fi, between now and next Wednesday, you can stop into IT and see if you can get your device connected to our network. Again, thank you for your cooperation, and make sure you charge your devices both on Tuesday night and next Thursday night. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Kraska. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. MSJ's TV's very own Devin Drury set out on a journey to get MSJ's take on their favorite fast food restaurants. Let's see what the school population has to say on MSJ TV's newest segment, Tower Takes.
Today we're going to be figuring out MSJ students' favorite fast food spots. Okay, what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
Popeyes. There's a place near where I live called Gino's. I'd say that's probably the best place, you know.
Where's your favorite fast food spot?
Chipotle. Panera. I don't even know if that counts.
I want to say Chick-fil-A, but at the same time, McDonald's is really nice. Like, if there was no cost and I could get free food from either, I would choose Chick-fil-A. But with McDonald's, it's more bang for your buck, and also, like, I like going there with my grandpa.
Where's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Chick-fil-A.
Chipotle or Qdoba, they're pretty tied.
Chick-fil-A, personally. I think the food's just good. It is a little expensive, I admit, but I think overall the quality is much better than McDonald's, Burger King, etc.
You need vegetables and you need steak. And you need fish and chicken.
Protein.
All right? You don't need it fried. Fast food is the worst thing that's happening to our society right now.
Some pretty interesting takes from the MSJ students. Thanks, Devin. Now it's time for Alex Quas to highlight some of our top plays from this week. Quas, what do you got for us?
The MSJ mountain bike team raced in the Maryland Interscholastic Cycling League and competed in their first race, along with Mount DeSales Academy at Rosaryville State Park this past Sunday. They placed 5th overall out of 25 teams. In the high school 3 category, our top 5 finishers were Ben Woodard in 21st, Colin McCurdy in 17th, Ben Horman in 16th, Ben Doyle in 13th, and William Plunkett in 12th. In the high school 2 category, with a field of over 60 racers, our top 3 were Tanner Brady, Andrew Dalick, and Brian Cecil. In a very competitive high school 1 category with close to 50 racers, our top 5 are Mark Lewis in 24th, Hayden Maley in 19th, Lucas Bonner in 18th, Nolan Hirschfeld in 14th, and landing on the podium, Liam Smith placed 3rd. Come out and watch them compete this Sunday, October 8th at Fair Hill. Last Friday, the volleyball team took on Gilman at Gilman. The first set was pretty rough as the Gales lost their first one on the year at 25-22. However, they bounced back in the second set as I took that one 25-21, riding Gabe McWhite's 2 very clutch blocks. Third set went back to how the first set went. It was very close though, but the Gales lost 26-24. Matt Gunderson came in clutch with 2 kills. Jude Ross also added a kill, and Gregor Lesho and Roger Fredrickson played very well in those sets. This is the first time all season that the Gales were down, as they came into the 4th set, down 2-1. However, they were unfazed, as they took that 4th set 25-20. Roger Fredrickson here to win set point, as they went into the 5th set tied at 2. Gales had a lot of energy going into the final set. And Gabe McWhite brought the final blow as the Gales moved to 10-0 on the regular season. Last Saturday, the MSJ Gales football team also took on Gilman. In the first quarter, Dennis Morgan with an amazing catch to tie the game at 7. Then on the other end of the field, Greg Roman read the play perfectly off a tip to get an interception. However, he did run off the back of the end zone to make it 9-7 Gilman. Then Winston Watkins, our player of the week, with a dot to Alan Gillis to give the Gales the lead 14-9. And Adam King extended that lead to make it 17-9 in the second quarter. Watkins again with another touchdown to Alan Gillis, his second of the game. That made it 24-16 Gales. And then to cap it off, Gillis this time takes the handoff to make it 31-16 as the Gales move to 3-3. They're in the MIAA conference with that win over Gilman.
Tonight, volleyball takes on the Cavaliers of Spalding in the biggest volleyball match of the season. Make sure to tell your rides to pick you up late today, as we need everybody in the Smith Center to support the boys. As always, attendance is mandatory. Speaking of mandatory attendance, the Round Net Club will be having the first ever interscholastic Round Net game here on campus. Everybody must be here on October 24th on the baseball field at 3:45. In addition to the games, the nets will be out for any student, but make sure to be there as we take on Loyola in an organized game, everyone's favorite netted game, Round Net. We will be having another in-house tournament next Tuesday that will be used to qualify for the match against the Dons. Join the Round Net Google Classroom using the Google Classroom code on the screen and sign up. Attention, all creative writers. The MSJ Writing Center is sponsoring a Halloween creative writing contest. Write your spookiest short stories or poem. Submissions should be sent to writingcenter@msjnet.net by October 20th. Winners will all be announced on Halloween, of course. Yes, there is prizes. The Black Student Union will meet for the first time today after school in room 11. Any questions, contact Mr. Turner or stop by room 11 at 2:30 p.m. today. Make sure to tune in tomorrow when Mr. Dutrow hosts another edition of Thursday Trivia. The theme will be movies that started as books. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.